Hey everyone, today we're going to be playing The Beginner's Guide. This is a Patreon-sponsored video by Jesse Miller. If you want to find out how to be able to tell me what games to play, go to patreon.com/SebastianSB. This is going to be interesting to me, because I actually had a big interest in the Stanley Parable. Apparently not enough to play it, though, because I have problems. I played the demo on this channel, and then I was like, I'm going to play the main game, and then apparently I have commitment issues because I didn't do that. It's from the dark times where I used to make like one video a day sometimes, but except for not always, maybe. So this is the new game from the creator of the Stanley Parable, and from what I've heard, it's much the same and much different. You can very much, from what I've heard, you can very much tell that it's from the same person in a lot of its style, but it is not structurally like Stanley Parable. It's less about choice, perhaps, and more about telling a certain kind of story. And I'm just going to go in, and we're just going to experience this one together, unless you've seen it before, which is entirely possible. Well, you know. Please make sure audio is on. Okay. I can left click. So advanced.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Can't say I've seen a game start that way before. Oh, hello. I do find it amusing. I immediately recognize that it's being a Counter-Strike map, even though I don't play Counter-Strike. Oh! Whisper machine active?
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
So none of these doors seem to open. We're hearing that generic alarm. The decision door? That one's all shiny. This doesn't seem like a good idea to me. It's all messed up. Bam! How'd you get access to this guy's games, by the way? Is this all real? Is Coda real or fictional? Is this based on a true story real life or based on a true story Fargo? Because there's a difference. Freaks me out that the gun doesn't make sounds.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Oh, hello.
Enemy force neutralized.
Are you controlling this game? You're freaking me out.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
That's pretty great. Yeah, that is just a square-shaped JPEG. Interesting, from that direction you can't... Oh yeah, I can actually see the seams. I can see the top corner over there. Huh. Video games are hard, man. It's a good thing I stopped trying to play with a controller, because the game completely broke when I tried to use a controller. Oh.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
No. No! Oh. No, you can't make me.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yeah. You can't tell me what to do. Where am I? Nope. I gotta beat it. I love mazes. Corn maze go. Up. There it is. That wasn't even... I made it. That wasn't even that big of a deal. Shit, how do I get back? Now I get to solve it straight. So I lost track of where I went last time. Beep. I like mazes. Even first-person ones that are way harder. Although I also like grabbing the map in the corn maze and running ahead and leaving everyone behind without a map. There we go.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Is it gonna be empty? Oh.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Nope, that's not happening. Look at this room. Well, here we go, Fallout 3.
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is... Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
So that's like this developer's version of the ending, and this is going to be what actually happens in Coda's level. Oh. Hey, that maze wasn't very big.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Hello. The past was behind her. I can't move. Oh, no, I can move a little bit now.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh. Oh. That's what this is. Okay. Always. Some games do this for horror.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
You couldn't see these properly when you're going the other way, but now you're backing up. So the future's behind her. The past was behind her, but the future could not be seen. Why does the future keep changing? Oh, that door... Was there a new hole in the wall over there? I think I saw a new hole in the wall. Over here? This is freaky. When she stops and looks, it becomes clear. Oh, hey, that's a nice looking room. Hello. I sure would like to walk forward while going through you. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Hello? Floor? Is that an invisible wall? Or can I not leave the path? Do I have to walk forward on the path, it looks like? You are now entering the darkness. Oh.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Hello?
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I gotta look around a little bit.
I know it's
first.
tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
Get out of my brain. Get out of my brain, Stanley. You're not Stanley, but you know what I mean. I can't. It's the first name that comes to mind. I'm just trying to think. This is called the Beginner's Guide because he kept starting games. He would just throw together a concept like a miniature art exhibit, and then it's just stopped there. It is more like a gallery than a series of games, almost. I'm getting slower.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Maybe I just want to do it at this speed. How about that? Maybe I don't want to do everything you tell me to do. Is there anything back there? I'm high up. Whoa. This gives me a really weird sensation moving up at this very slow speed from this. Like the Willy Wonka hallway or something. Alright. Door? You start in a small room until you realize you can just walk through walls. You are a gate. A series of lavish manuals come with the game, giving you incorrect instructions on how to
A room
play.
that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Oh god. Sharks are trying to eat you, simultaneously you are trying to eat the sharks.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I have to read these all. Press... Alright. Read an enemy's emails to learn how to beat them. That almost sounds like a... Oh no! That room's amazing. Oh my god. What? Hi. Can I go back in the idea room? I need to know them all. Is there a text document I can read? He likes floor lighting, doesn't he? Little holes in the floor that bring out light. And the ceiling, apparently.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
I assume there's more to it than that. Can't leave this hallway. There's nothing in here. The mist shows the whole extent of the hallway. Is there anything in this room? Hello? Can't jump out. Okay. Do I just have to go fast? Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Oh my god, what?
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
That was really strange. That was kind of rule-breaking in a way that I've always assumed that a antechamber might be. What was that? He's got these one-way drops everywhere that make me nervous. Like I've got to commit to everything.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
What? What? First of all, look how huge this chamber is.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior, and then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
This is amazing, but I also don't think Coda's a real person. Oh, hello. I'm thinking Coda's a fictional construct at this point. You are now exiting. Oh.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
This is really cool. Great and lovely descent. First thing I do is look everywhere else. Except for where I'm supposed to go. Oh god, I've lost my mouse. Oh god. There we go. Everything's white. You can't find anything.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
The streetwise
tools
fool.
Available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
And boxy everything, frankly. Fork art. Gaze into the fork art. What is that in the background? Ooh. Hello, Google image search. Oh, getting my head stuck. Let's not get trapped in this game without challenge. I don't want to quote unquote die. It'd be really embarrassing. Bathroom. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's no mirror in this bathroom. Can I open the stall? Nope. It's handicapped. Oh no, I've been handicapped by this door. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a little, you get stuck a little bit, don't you? Let's try to sneak past this thing. Hit. Oh. Hit. Yeah. It. No, I'm not done yet. I have to know. I have to know. Yay. Ah, it doesn't open. It's probably the outside door I tried to open before. Ooh. I like geometry. The math and the shape thing concept. This is probably what those Mirror's Edge bonus levels look a bit like. Never played them. Let's be careful here. Uh-oh. We're going sliding, apparently. I'm gonna mess this up bad. Oh no. Oh, I already messed it up immediately. Cool. Alright, now I'm on here. Sweet. Ooh, what's the angle on these things? I'm kind of moving weird. I don't want to fall. I need to experience the whole thing. I fell. Alright, bye. I live here now. There's a whole lot going on over there, isn't there? I don't need stairs. Oh, I do need stairs, this glass. Is there just a light in the middle? Or is it a thing that I can access? I'm fixated. I have to know. Just crawl under here. No? Not quite going that way. There we go. Hello? I can't see anything anymore. Oop. Nothing like hearing one sound effect to make it all stand out, huh? I heard a little creak. Nothing around here. I don't like how confined I feel. Oh, it's a prison. No, I want out. Shit. I don't like where we're going with this right now. Oh no. That's really unpleasant. Oh no. This is all around bad news. I'm gonna... No. Oh no.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the door stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
It opens back up.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't. I
figured they'd be sarcastic games based on that introduction. Playable games. That was really ominous. A little weird that the floor was completely not flat too, so it's like it's worse than normal jail cells. That's some Tyrion Lannister sky jail shit. Hello, glowy corner. You will be my friend. Ooh, outdoors. I feel free now. That's the point, isn't it? Lock you in a jail cell for an hour and then let you go out, then let you free. You get to see the open sky. And then they send me back down. But I'm outside. Ish. Oh, but I'm not outside enough, am I? I want to be outside. I'm just outside from the sky. But I can't leave. So that's the desire to move forward, is just try to get outside the walls too. This is a reoccurring thing apparently. These 3 dots. Is that Coda's signature, or does it mean something?
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Could it be something about just subverting expectations? Going against how people's minds work? Or maybe it's a leap of faith thing. You have to trap yourself. If you close that door, if you go in, you lock yourself in that chamber having no clue you're creating a solution. As you enter it, all you know is that you just close the only way, you just flip the switch that's the only way to open and close a door. And as far as you know, you're just locking yourself between 2 unopenable doors in a dark nothingness. But then a solution presents itself. And then maybe the second time it shows up, now it's no longer a leap of faith, now it's you relying upon your faith. It's worked before, and now you're going to accept that it's going to work forever, and maybe at some point it won't. Hey, listen! I feel like I saw something like this in the Stanley Parable demo, actually. Maybe I'm just thinking of that stage. You there, did you come up from above?
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
You there, did you come up from above? What was up there? I can say, yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness, or yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in, or yes, there were these floating colored blocks. Those are all true things. Colored blocks? Yes, there were these... Oh, that's the world above. You've been there. Now, this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming in here. Again, perfect. Now, please, tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. And now I can't answer them. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? This is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you, there is nothing I want more. So I made it. Is there no ending then? Is that the concept? Is that we made it past we made it out of the prison and through all that stuff, but now we're just... This is where people go when they get to the ending and then nothing happens, and that's why they're stuck here? Interesting, there's a little fireplace that's making sound there. These static wooden walls definitely give me the GoldenEye vibe. Oh no. Hello, how'd you get there? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? Oh no, we actually find the black space between doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. What is... Okay. Different door for sure. What are we getting ourselves into?
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
You can see the stairs on the sky, like a Minecraft staircase. Sky, ceiling, shit. Freedom? But it's all enclosed again. It's always enclosed.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Get ready for lamppost, ladies and gentlemen. 2009. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. This is the same year that Demon Souls came out, 2009. The same year as Demon Souls, which had notes you could leave on the ground for other players. Is that where the inspiration was? This technically came out sooner, probably, but they probably heard news about it. Can I click on this? Oh. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level.
Oh, local boy.
So different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
I want to meet these people. They're local? Or were local? That makes me sad. Can you guys hear me? These are relatively accurate simulations of what people will say, probably.
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
The guy over there wrote much wrong.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Oh my god, it keeps going. It keeps going. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never wanted to see again. If nothing will ever be as beautiful again. I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go do that now. Oh, I missed one. How did I miss one? Oh my goodness. Hey, I can type here. Yep. People given an open canvas. This is roughly the experience. This is roughly accurate to my experience playing Dark Souls games for sure, aside from the part where those are pre-made messages and more preset. How is there wooden grass and concrete here? What the fuck? I mean, this could happen. It's probably a Japanese building that looks like this. Except for the giant open cavern, probably. That looks like it's from Shadow Tower or something. What the shit is this cavern? Born. I can assure you, guarantee that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. What? No. How big is this place? Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. This place looks massive. I refuse to believe. Bus ass butt. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. We'll just jump off the cliff and you'll find it. Recognize me, please. Can you just jump? No, you can't. This place looks huge. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. So he's just talking to himself for a while. A free t-shirt. Need other side door YU. Door how open? Open sesame. Makes game includes door cannot open door. Thanks. He's just being sarcastic and snarky with himself at this point. Someday I'll meet the person who made this. Was that Stanley? I'm just gonna keep calling him Stanley for no good reason. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Oh my goodness. I like that art over there, by the way. New room! Okay. We can't do this forever, obviously. I just imagine going to like how long to beat for this game and having it a range of like it's like 70 minutes to 4 hours, and it's like you find out the 4-hour people are the people that read every single note in this room. Cause man, it'll go for a while. This is a note? Don't listen to the other notes. Any of them. Oh, this one's so lonely. I'm not safe. Whoa. Oh wow, that's way bigger than I thought it was. Look at that. Look at that guy. Whoever made this has issues. Probably. He's talking to himself a lot. That's nice. Hello, desktop wallpaper. Just go into the game assets, rip that one out. See if I can find that. Well, I'm here now. Yes, we're all here now. Oh, now he's being snarky with his own snarky snark. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
I love the idea that these people struggling. Does this puzzle have a solution? Oh my god, I've been here for literally an hour. How the fuck do I do? Help! Help! This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Shit, how do we solve it? Developer answers, please?
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
And then pass beyond. Oh. It's not opening. Oh, wait, right. That's freaky, it's alone. Just one all on its own. Typewriter? Oh, man. A million monkeys with a million typewriters working out the works of Shakespeare. Or the internet. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak. Porn stars die
this
too.
one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
There's a well. It's outside. We can't escape from this jail cell. It's a rather beautiful looking apartment. Can I live here? I'll sleep on the couch. I don't give a shit. It's like 3 times as much space as I have. City escape. Oh, it moves. Alright. Oh, something opens. Ooh, pretty. Same staircase we've seen before, though. Just with a cool texture on the side. Same city. Further down. Anyone getting an Ex Machina vibe from that, this underground bunker setting? Okay, maybe less so now.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Also, it ends in a well. Oh, wow. All the furnitures are just squares now. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? You can put anything you want anywhere. Put a giant hole in the ground. Oh. Okay, now what? Go along the wall of the room. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Oh. I see. I think we should lighten up the room a bit. Yeah, put Tesla coils in each corner, yeah. Cool. And a table. We need a table. There's a table already. You don't see the table? Tables were invented in 1935. Cool. Oh. Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. So he put all the assets in, and then he just pulled the wall back so that it looked like it was all fading in and growing. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. He's telling me to just go trap myself in the prisons. What's he doing? Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click it, and click to turn it slightly. That's the same symbol again. Is it anywhere else in here? What if I defy him immediately? Go click on something else instead. You can't tell me what to do. Nope, looks like you're pretty stuck. Now turn the floor lamp in the room off, and turn it back on. Now go to the left side of the sofa, move it over a little bit. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start and to be taken back to your prison. I'm not going to remember this, am I? That's what's going to happen. Oh no. He said to remember, but that doesn't mean I remembered, you know?
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Where are we? Oh. This nice little dark area. Looks like a maze. There's the lamppost. Very dark. What are we going to see down there besides the obvious? It's a phone booth. And emptiness. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. What? You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yes, I was in the furniture maze. That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Only a few minutes, but somehow it's already fuzzy. Kind of like it never happened. But this is the worst, most desperate thing I've ever been through. How can you possibly forget it? Anything can seem infinite when you're drenched in it. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another person, a version of you, when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. What? That will free me. How does that work? It'll make sense. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, tell me when that happens.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I'm starting to think it might be terrifying. What do people look like to Coda?
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh. It is those two doors. But instead of a dark fog, we have a whole area. Well, it still has fog, technically, or overcast, but we have a creepy, isolated winter environment. Oh, they're back. The head people are back, clean. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
you'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Are we cleaning this whole place? That's the story, little one. Oh, don't you worry now. We'll be getting through this mess in no time. I promise you'll wish there was more. Why don't I finish up here? In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, could you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? Is it back here? Also, little one, I think I'm taller than you. Now I'm definitely taller than you. I can't get on the table. Crouch jump. Hit. Nope, that's Halo. Oh, we spilled the blackness. That's concerning. Maybe we'll clean that later. There we go. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it as much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Well, I guess... Which I guess is all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. You straighten the pillows and the sofa out there. What's in the bathroom? Whoa, 2-door bathroom. Hello. Oh, that's worrying. That snow's gonna pile up and break through your windows. You don't want to do that. Oh dear, it looks like someone spilled a drink all over by the couch. Maybe mop that up while you're over there. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No. No, it was stupid, sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down the best you can? Okay, after that little retraction they made, I'm kind of worried that they're just gonna be gone when I come back. No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Is he gonna be gone somehow? Are there still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom? If so, would you pick them up and put them back on the shelf? Bam! Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, his house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're going to clean a lot of houses, and among all of them, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences, and none of them will be the ones that were easy. Just something to think about while you smooth out the rug.
I really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. I don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. It's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you clean up the books? Thanks. How does it keep getting messed up? Spooking me, it's a ghost house. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he found some peace.
Question.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
That was spooky. Said, question, do you enjoy this? And just instantly vanished. The dishes are all gross again. What state is the house in right now? Tub's clean. Oh, it's just the dishes. They must loop. All the not great situation things. Everything must loop on its own over and over again. I don't like it out here. Feels like those snow levels from GoldenEye. That was really creepy though. I was like, question, do you enjoy this? Poof! Vanished immediately. Possibly before you even finished reading it.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
I like Goofy. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person's a better human being than I am. Right now, do you think about that way about your own life? Who do you know that is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. Oh god.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
A little bit, not quite. Also, there's a horrible nighttime vortex, so that's concerning. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Drinking is not hurting my life. Everything in gray is stuff that he's thinking and not saying out loud. Do you understand that you won't be happy till you love me? This is for you. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? What if I'm not a good teacher? Everyone run. Run!
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
He just defaulted back to perfection, 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 perfection. We're back in this lobby.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay, that made me jump. Huh? Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. You're at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against the wall. I don't want to be on the stage anymore. Can I leave? I don't like stages. No. I'm trapped? Fine. Oh, whoa. That's a cool sight. Watching the reveal. Good. Stay right there. The woman across the room is in this chair. In this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello? Hello? That's it. That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. No, no, no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feeler of the setting. There's a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it all up again. You freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. You not realize how important this was to me. I'll never get another opportunity like this. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay, yes. Now this is working.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you need to keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Keep your eyes closed? Okay. My eyes are closed. What's happening? What?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
What the fuck?
And there is a solution, by the way.
What am I looking at? You can't see anything either? What's going on? Oh, what? SS Whisper. I can't die like this. I can't die like this. This is the whisper. This is the whisper. It's the door? The door is crashing into the whisper? We're using reoccurring previous themes? What's going on? Research. Be quiet and help me find the shields. What in the world? Help, I'm blind. Oh. Please don't let this be forever. The only way to stop is to speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
It's draining me. Keep going, keep talking. I can't figure out how to say the thing. You're doing it, it's working. I have to work harder. We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
These are oddly getting to me a little bit. What is this? Oh. Hello. Where'd this island come from? Is that a person? How lovely. Been so long since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. What? I can take you to it, but there's a problem.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine, deal? It doesn't matter what I say, does it? We're going to end up there one way or another, right? I've definitely known people like that. People that dedicate themselves to something even after they don't seem to have any actual desire to do it, but then they keep doing it seemingly indefinitely. Can I fall off? No? Perfect. Come along. I'll show it to you. It made me say deal anyway, is what happened. Didn't matter what I said.
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, This was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Here's the puzzle. What do you think? I saw this puzzle before. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? You could just be wrong. First you press the switch on the inside. But we're not on the inside. You have to press the switch on the inside. We're still on the outside. You have to press the switch on the inside. Oh, I thought I could just drive them insane by saying that over and over again. You have to open the door. Okay, now what? You have to close the door. Alright, what's next? Now press the switch here. That was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
These are just some words on the walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright. Making games is effortless. That feels wonderful. Why'd the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. It's easy. It never stops being easy.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Just never stop creating, you'll never feel bad.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
None of this is helping. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. Yes, more. Keep going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I will be saved by my work. Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
That was really uncomfortable. Ma'am? Glad you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. Do you begin the interrogation? You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quiet. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press. So we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about this machine. It calls itself Coda. I don't want to. I'm gonna go over here now. In this corner, and this is where I live now. Instead of going in there. Oh, wow. What will you do with it? How did you capture the machine? What is the machine? Have you got a minute? Hello? Please give us answers. What will be done with the machine? What can you tell us? That's the same symbol we keep seeing.
And of course, it's the machine.
Those are the 3 dots we've been seeing everywhere? The gears of the machine? That's been in every game, I think. You stop. Your work was keeping us healthy. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. Nothing. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. My friends. It falls upon me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy everything the machine created. I did not know what I was getting myself into when I launched this game, did I? Oh, we're back on the stage. The anxiety stage. What? The gun's back? Oh no. That's really uncomfortable. Coda, I'll make sure you're known forever. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposing the view of others every day, forever, seen in naked clarity?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Oh, not the ideas room. No. I don't want to shoot the ideas room anymore. Oh, God.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Why don't I believe you? Put down your weapon. You can't do anything else.
See why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Didn't turn out right, did it?
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
We're back with the gray and orange, the squares. Is this his reaction to everyone finding out about his games? I hear audience.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It's got sounds from his other games. They're echoing from some distant location.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, we might have to do that. Wow. Wow. That's one way to respond to feedback, I suppose. It's the wall 128 by 128. 128 pixels. Back in the old days of source resolution. This all comes from a sort of dark place, like a backlash.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Wait, so you took one... You made the poignant moment yourself. You're modifying these games yourself. Is that why he reacted the way he did? Are you showing everyone these modified versions of games instead of the ones that he made? Because that moment where he's like, are you having fun? And then flashes out of existence instead of looping forever? That was different. But you did that, apparently. How much have you been changing these games?
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Are we gonna end this with finding out that Coda killed themselves? Is this where this is ending? 151617 15, 16, 17. I wonder if that sequence has any significance at all, more so than we might realize. What is this place? Just looping hallways forever. Hopefully all background dressing.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
But maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe you need to stop fixing everything Coda does. If you're not Coda yourself, maybe you need to stop.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Did Coda understand this game?
I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Are you Coda not understanding your own games?
It's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
That's what I was wondering about. But those are the gears in the machine, aren't they? It's the same configuration. You never fully understand people. At least not the way they want you to. No matter how hard they try. Even if it seems like they're not.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
It's not you. He's not you. He's not yours. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You took his games and made them something to make you feel better. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? So how much of anything is actually code as we've seen so far? There's all these hints of you changing games, even adding the thing that stood out to me in the first place.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing.
Would you simply let them be what they are? When I am around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks, and that you will make peace with this thing that you were wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
We have an unreliable narrator. A very unreliable narrator. Chief?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution.
What if you create?
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
What if he didn't stop? What if he still makes games somewhere? What if he just left you?
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
It's just sand everywhere. Is it because he can't hold it? He can't control it?
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
So all you can think about is what other people think. Period. That's what always drives you?
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
I was not expecting this to take this turn. Because it seemed like such an innocent introduction of like, check out these weird levels someone made. And now the narrator's leaving me. Is this still the tower? Just shapes? Just so we would search for meaning in it? They called it the Epilogue, though. So is this nothing? maybe, just like making prisons. Massive empty places. No contact, no voices. If this is even his type of game, then now that he is gone, we can just experience it in silence the way it's supposed to be. Just the game. No one telling us how great it is or what its secret meaning is or if it has any meaning at all. No interpretations. Just the whisper. The engine room that he said was in the generic game. They really did start taking their own turn once he found the chat room, huh? They started off being open-ended, or weird, or snarky, or prisons. Then he found that one that was the Demon Souls level. That's what he said was the first one he saw, right? And that's when it started getting darker and darker, as if a response to his perceived depression or anxieties.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave, let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles, and you're so tired, but I know that you're strong, so turn back, turn back.
So that was the beginner's guide. And I think that, especially if you saw it for the first time, I think we all have a lot to process after that one. But anyway, this was a sponsored video from Patreon from Jesse Miller. Thank you for suggesting this game. Wow. I absolutely need to get around to playing Stanley Parable, obviously, which I feel terrible for not having played already, because this certainly left an impact. If you want to be... I don't want to talk anymore. If you want to learn about Patreon and how this kind of video happens, go to patreon.com/SebastianSB. Once again, this video was sponsored by Jesse Miller. And the game itself was provided by Wanderbot, so I didn't have to buy the game either. I was paid to play a game that I got for free, basically. Oh, the beginner's guide. What does the chapter select look like? It's just every level. 17 levels. Wow. There's a reminder of the stuff we saw. So is there a halfway point? So there's 16 levels basically, or the intro is level 2. So basically level 8 would be like the midpoint. The notes level, that was the halfway point. Ish. Slash the escape. Is that what happened? I mean, it's probably safe to assume that literally everything involved in the story was completely fictional, and this is just a cool story experience. I'm just trying to analyze the story at this point. He said the notes was the first one he saw, right? And then he moved on. He was following him at this point when the prisons were made, and then he felt like it was depressed, and so it's like the creator responded by making this house one to make them feel like he was happy. And then saw theater and started feeling paranoid about the whole thing. Mobius, that was a weird one. Alright, I think it's time to move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Like always. I'll see you next time.